Cafe. This is a special Spider-Man Far From Home episode of Freedom Cafe. See, I'm Ace Hawaii, and this is our boy Frobocop.
That's right.
Here today. He's also the director, producer, the all-around good guy.
They call me Mr. Whole Foods.
Yes, Mr. Whole Foods. Tell us your. First off, we're gonna start with you. Tell us what you thought about. Actually, this whole thing. The first half of this review is going to be spoiler free, and then the second half will give you a warning saying, "Okay, we're going to have a lot of spoilers coming up, so we'll give you a spoiler alert." But go ahead and tell us, Frobo, about what you thought of Spider-Man Far From Home.
Well, to quote the great James War Machine Coleman, aka all the other names, because I'm not saying those.
I'm not saying them either. We stay true to that. We're never going to call him what he says.
Yes.
War Machine is the only thing. That's it.
Yes.
And his name is James Coleman.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Marvel has done it again.
Yes. Oh yeah.
DC is fucking up.
Yes. Yep.
And I don't say that a lot, but they are really fucking up right now. Like, the movie was amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
From beginning to end, it was so much fun.
Yep.
And it was like page for page, the comic book.
Yes, yes.
So good. Mysterio, great villain.
Great villain. Great, spoiler, great villain.
Yes, yes.
But that's not that much of a spoiler.
No,
so,
no.
Yeah.
We all know Mysterio
from the comic book is the villain, But the way they did it, it was so smart because, like, how Marvel Studios really has a way of connecting all these movies with their previous movies. Like I said, this is the first half of this is a spoiler free review zone of the episode, and it was just great. And I thought that they built up the relationships between Peter and MJ and his friends, and they explained how they go from Avengers Endgame to this.
Yes.
And that was the way they explained it. It was quick, but it was very to the point and exact, and I like that.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I had no. At first, I did think it was a little slow, but at the same time, you need that time to really delve into the story. Mm-hmm. And make me care about the characters again. Why am I, going on this trip with them? Why? And they explain all of that.
Yes.
And it's so good how they explained it. And I just they're on a roll right now because I really have no idea what is going to happen in the Marvel Universe, and I like that a lot. Mm-hmm. That is great. I would highly recommend anybody see this. What did you think? It was like,
I mean, guys, we went and we saw this movie in 3D, and it was like being on a ride.
Yes.
The whole time it was like being on a ride. Like the animation, how you followed Spider-Man through his journey, it was just amazing.
It was amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
I think the web swinging in this movie, the web swinging, whatever you want to call it, web wall crawling, it was amazing. Like, I was just like, they were doing stuff that was in the video games, and they did stuff that you can't do in the video game.
Yes.
I'm not gonna tell you now because this is the part of the spoiler free part of the review. But geez, it was amazing. It was great. It was great. And then I thought, like I said, Mysterio was such a good villain.
Such a good villain.
Jake Gyllenhaal was a good choice of actor to play that part because he he really made you believe that maybe this guy is good. That's all I can say right now. But yeah,
indeed, and I think now is the time that we need to get into the spoiler portion.
Yes,
because it's so good. So guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick commercial break.
Yep.
And we're going to be right back. When you see me with a hat on, that's the spoiler portion.
Yep.
So we're going to do a wipe real fast in 3, 2.
And we're back. Like I said, this is the spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
That's right.
All this from now on. Go ahead.
That's right. This is the spoiler portion. You see I have on the hat now. So now we're going in.
Yep. Now we're going in.
Take it away, Mr. Hawaii.
It was great. Mysterio being the villain, yes, we all knew that, but the way they brought it together, where they had where they showed the cutscenes, the first cutscene that they showed about Mysterio's past was when they went to Civil War. Check out Civil War if you haven't seen it. Captain America Civil War. And they showed where he got the technology from.
Yes.
And he got the technology from Tony Stark himself. Because if you remember in that movie, actually, Frobo told me about this. Because I was just like, oh, that's what the movie. I thought it was Avengers, but it was actually Captain America Civil War. But it was at the beginning of Captain America Civil War where he went back in his own memory to look at himself, and they made him a young Tony Stark. I was about to call him Tony Hawk. Sorry, Tony Hawk is great, but Tony Stark, he's cool too.
That's right.
All right. Yeah. So when they showed that was crazy, and then I'll let Frobo tell you about the other spoiler about his whole crew, because it wasn't just Mysterio by himself. Because that's another thing that was crazy. Because in the comic books, it was always they never had Mysterio with the crew unless it was like the Sinister Six.
Right.
But I was just like, this guy is doing all these illusions by himself.
Yeah, I liked how they put together the whole crew to, you know what I'm saying, to be able to pull that off. And it works so well in this movie.
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning. Because at first I thought that, you know, when they brought the Sandman. Because they showed that in the trailer. So I was like, oh, well, they're just rehashing old stuff. They're going to throw the Sandman in there. And then when he was in Paris, and they had Hydro Man, and they actually mentioned him from, you know what I'm saying, his identity from the comic book. And I was like, oh, snap, okay, Hydro Man is in this.
Yep.
But it was all an illusion.
All illusion.
All illusion. Mysterio was so great.
Yep. The plan was so well thought out.
Yes.
It was good. It was like a big revenge plot. As soon as he got fired from Tony Hawk, he got all the other people that were...
You called him Tony Hawk again.
Tony Stark, thank you. Both of them are cool in my eyes. So, of course, Tony Hawk's a real person, though. Tony Stark is a real person to me, even though I know he's fake. All right, but, I'll take all the smoke, like I said. It was just great. It was, then... When MJ found out, like it was awesome, because usually that Mary Jane is always like, I don't know, that Spider-Man, Peter, I had no idea. And then they're all like, okay. But MJ in this movie was more layered than what we usually see her as. And I like that. I thought that was great, because, it's always just, she never seems, she's so one-dimensional. Yes, I'll take all the smoke. In the other portrayals. In this portrayal of her, with Zendaya doing it, it was great, because she figured out all the way from Homecoming that this dude was Spider-Man.
Yes. The reveal in this was very important. They didn't pull a Batman versus Superman, where Superman just automatically falls down and he's like, Bruce, I need you to help me. And it's like, oh my God. No, there's no backstory, there's no detective work. It was just cut, and he calls him Bruce. In this, she explained, she was like, I knew for a while. Like, you keep disappearing. Spider-Man shows up. You got sick. Spider-Man was gone. This happened. That happened. I was like, it's brilliant. It's great. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it makes her smart. It doesn't make her dumb. It makes her like how Lois Lane knew.
Yes.
Lois Lane had an idea. I'm saying it. And if she didn't, I'll take all the smoke. Well, I'm just saying, it made Mary Jane a lot more intelligent, and that's what we need, So that was good, and I loved all the small subtleties, all the jokes, especially his friend when he was dating the girl. Yes, because at first they were just like, we're just gonna be a couple of bachelors out in Europe doing our bachelor thing, and then. And because Peter throughout the whole movie had a plan. He wanted to get MJ this thing, and that to tell her how he feels. And then it was crazy, because as soon as he got on the thing and they switched seats, because he was trying to get MJ to sit next to Peter, he sat next to Betty, right?
Yes.
And then the next thing you know, this dude his plan instantly went out the door as soon as he knew that Betty and him got things in common and they liked each other.
Yes.
That was funny. That was crazy. That was great.
It was so great. The whole time he just texted Forrest like, babe, I miss you more.
Yes, and they were sitting right next to each other.
So
that seems like something that you do in high school for real. Yeah.
So great.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
And now that I think about it too, I like how, because Mysterio had a plan.
Yes, he had a plan.
He had a plan.
Well thought out plan.
Yes.
He went nuts at the end though.
Yes, he did.
He went fucking crazy.
Yes.
Sorry. I said to myself, that's wrong. It's crazy. Keep it in there.
I could tell that he wanted to find out who Peter was, and B, he needed to get the glasses.
Yep.
He knew about the glasses. He knew about Edith.
Yep.
He knew about Edith. He just didn't know who had them.
Yep.
So I like the fact that when Peter had to go find, when Nick Fury found him.
Yes.
And they were talking in the lair in where were they? In like France at that point? Italy?
They were in Italy.
In Italy in the beginning and stuff like that. When they were doing the talking and stuff like that, and he was like, Peter, meet Quentin Beck, Peter, and stuff like that, and they're going back and forth and whatnot, and he's like, he knows who he is, so he has that information to use against him later on.
Yep.
But then when he finds out he has the glasses, he's like, oh, you have Edith.
Yep.
Okay. This is what, you know what I'm saying? Then his plan kind of comes together and stuff like that. And Peter just wants to be a regular kid.
Yep, that's all he wanted to do.
Which I really enjoyed.
Yes, I like that. Because, that's a lot of responsibility to be out there trying to be the next Iron Man, the head of the Avengers. And that was just like, me being the watcher personally, I was just like, he'll never be Iron Man.
Nah.
And I'm glad that it had a story arc where they developed that, and he was just like, look, Happy was just like, look, there'll never be another Iron Man. Tony couldn't even live up to being Tony.
Right.
Because it was just like, Iron Man, come on, man. That was crazy.
Yes.
I like Spider-Man. Iron Man, that dude was amazing.
And
Spider-Man, I'm glad that, Peter realized that he can just be himself. He doesn't have to be Spider-Man. He could, the next Iron Man, just be himself.
Yes.
And that's what, that's a good message. That movie just stuck out so much because a lot of it related to what happened today. And what's going on, we were talking about that with the fake news and whatever. Because Mysterio was running off of, just off of Avengers Endgame and the blip.
Yes.
And he was just like, people will believe whatever they see.
Yes.
And yeah.
And I like how he took advantage of the fact that when he was saying, people will believe anything, he specifically made the point to say people will believe any person with magic powers and a cape.
Yep.
And that was the reason why he wanted to be called Mysterio, or create the persona of Mysterio.
Yep.
And have him fight big level villains.
Yep.
So that
he was so focused on getting like these Avengers level threat villains.
Yes.
I was like, what?
I was like, it makes so much sense though. I was like, yeah, that's genius. That's genius to do that. And so, and I liked how Mary Jane found the hologram thing. It was very subtle.
Subtle, yeah.
It was very subtle in that fight.
Yep.
And
then when he was fighting the lava man, or the magma, but the fire.
Yes. Yes.
And then another thing I liked that was super funny was when they had that one scene where Nick Fury turns and he was like, man, that's some bullshit. That was so funny, man. I was like, oh man, that's some bullshit. Yeah.
I was like,
that was perfect.
Typical Nick Fury. You know what I'm saying? It was great.
Yeah, I think that's the way Marvel got him to curse, but without saying motherfucker.
Yeah.
So that was great.
Yeah.
I love that. That was hilarious. I'll go back just to see. I see the whole movie, but that part was very funny.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go back to see that again because that was hilarious.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Between that and then the guy who was trying to talk to
Brad.
Mary, was trying to talk to Mary Jane.
Brad's one of the guys that came back from the blip, but no, that didn't die. But he was it was cool because he was like this older dude. He had all the muscles or whatever, but he he still had to be in high school with them, and he was trying to get with Mary Jane. And it was funny because they had one scene where he caught Peter when he had to get his new uniform from S.H.I.E.L.D. and the lady was just like, just take your clothes off. And that was crazy when that happened. And then he called them, Brad walked in and took a picture trying to frame Peter. Like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and send this to Mary Jane.
Yeah,
so she can be like, look at this guy. He's a fucking clown. Or not good. Oh, and what he said, he was like, she needs to know the truth. Who you really are.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Man. That was funny.
It was funny.
It was good, but it was very good.
Yes.
To see how people be hating on each other in high school.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it was good.
We have to talk about the fight scenes, especially the fight scenes at the end.
Yes.
The drone fight scene, amazing.
It was amazing.
Everybody, oh my God.
Yes, it was like, the illusions that he created, it was just good. It was really good. I mean, the one where they had, where he thought he was going to meet up with Nick Fury, and they were in the building, and he made it just seem like he took him so many different places using his illusions, just like, oh, you think you're here, you think you know wherever you are, but one time they might be in Queens, or one time they might be in some other classroom, or they might be wherever. It was crazy how many places and illusions he used to make him just so confused. It was like, that part was like, made me feel like I was reading the comic book with Mysterio in it, and they were fighting. Just to see how that went down was amazing.
There were a lot of odes to the comic book there when he was in the illusion scene and stuff like that, when Mysterio picked him up inside the head and stuff like that. Mysterio.
Yep.
And when he had all the Peters, or had all the Spider-Mans fighting and stuff like that. Yeah,
and then when they had the mirrors come down and he saw himself, oh man, it was good. That was great.
Beautiful.
Yep, and then the last fighting scene, that was perfect. When he really got control of his spider sense, or the Peter tingle as they called it.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Oh my God! It was like Spider-Man times 11. Like he just went full on and stuff like that, and it was so good.
Yeah, and I like how they didn't show, like, in the first 3 Spider-Mans, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, they would have it slow down, and he'd be like, "Oh, I see this thing," and then you know that he's going through spider sense. No, we know that he has it, and when he's real comfortable, and in that last scene, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Just went full on. It was so great.
Yeah, and they finally confirmed that he had it.
Yes,
they confirmed it.
Yes.
Because it was kind of like a thing he has to be comfortable in order to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they took a little bit of that from Miles Morales. Into the Spider-Verse. Remember, he had to be comfortable in order to use his toxic sting, and if I get it wrong, just let me know in the comments. That's fine. The sting, and when he had to go, when he used his camouflage, he had to be comfortable.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to use it.
He didn't know how to use it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That was good.
That makes sense. That makes sense. A lot of odes to the first Iron Man, obviously.
Yep. Oh yeah. When they had the Led Zeppelin music, when he was. Putting his own suit together using Tony Stark's jet, which was amazing because, like I said, he's not Iron Man, so he has to, but he still uses Iron Man's techniques, but in his own way, and I like that. I like that a lot.
Yes, I enjoyed that. I also enjoyed the odes to Endgame where Peter picked up, I think it was like part of the illusion tech. Yes. And he had the shield, like what doing the Captain America, where Captain America had the shield and he had the hammer, and he goes and runs into battle and stuff like that. I was like, oh, it's just like from Endgame. I was like, this is so hilarious.
Great. Yeah, that was great. Then Happy had the Happy took the shield. They had a point where Happy and MJ and I forgot Ned, his other friend, and Betty and Flash Thompson were running from the drones, and they all had to get these weapons. Happy picks up a shield, and then he threw it, but the shield did not go like how. Then the shield just went like doop 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 like that, sound effects included, and then he was just like, "Damn, how the hell does Cap do that?" That was hilarious.
That was so good.
That was funny, man.
So good. Yeah. Shout out to Happy, man. Happy was great in this movie.
Oh yeah, Happy was really good. Jon Favreau, great job.
Great job.
Marissa Tomei, great job.
Great job.
Zendaya. Great job.
Great job.
Tom Holland, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Perfect.
Great. It's just believable.
Absolutely.
Great. And it looked like y'all were having fun. So that's what I like to see, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Freedom Cafe, we're giving this 2 freedom thumbs up.
Yep.
Actually, 4 freedoms up.
4 freedoms up.
I know if War Machine were here, he'd give his thumbs up as well on this one.
Exactly.
I'm curious to see where Marvel is going to take this.
Yes, I'm very curious because I have no idea.
The ending,
and that is yes. I'm not, you know, we did say this is a spoiler-free thing. I'm not going to say what that is, what happens. Just stay till the very end, the post-credit scenes, and also the credit scene, you know, the in-between credit scene. Because there's 2 scenes.
Yes, there's 2 scenes.
Go see it.
Yes.
We're not going to spoil that for you. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And go ahead and subscribe to us right here if you want to see more of our content.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and subscribe to it. And I am Ace Hawaii.
And I am Frobocop, aka Mr. Whole Foods.
And this is another great episode of Freedom Cafe of 4 for Comics. We're out.